All right, so we're going to take a look at factoring. So once again, we're going to make another tab. You're going to continue the letters by writing O-R-I, and the title of that one's going to be factoring. Again, take a ruler, cut to the margin, and then cut all the way down. Now go ahead and cut this paper as small as you possibly can. Use some scissors or use a ruler like I'm doing. The reason why it's going to fit horizontal the top of your page. Alright, so go ahead and tape it in, staple it in, whatever you use. So let's look at an example. Let's say we are called to factor this. It's really simple. All you got to do is follow the steps. So we're going to look at these two problems right now. Alright, so step 1, copy it in standard form, blah blah. Alright, take out common factors. So this first one doesn't have a common factor. The second one does have a common factor of 3. And I know that because on that final term, 6 plus 3, 63, 6 plus 3 is 9, and 3 goes into 9. So looking at the first one, it says draw a 2x2 box. So I've gone ahead and drawn my 2x2 box. Always put the first term in the first box, the last one in the last one, just like we're doing. And then does it have 2 or 3 terms? It has 3, so you go left. It says multiply the first and the last terms to get 9. And then they add up to the middle, which is negative 10. So give me 2 numbers that multiply to positive 9 and add to negative 10. So you start 9 times 1. Oh, and that's what it is. And then how do I make it negative 10? Negative and negative. Because negative times a negative is positive 9. And then negative 9 minus 9 is negative 10. Alright, once you find those 2 numbers, you're going to put the middle variable and put them in the remaining box, and the order does not matter. Okay, so put them in the remaining box and go ahead and just make a note of that. Order does not matter. It doesn't matter which one you put where. So x squared, and then it doesn't matter. So let's put negative 9 and negative 1. Once you've done that, take out the greatest common factor horizontally. You see like that. So looking at horizontally on that first row, what's the biggest thing I can take out? Well, I can take out x squared, because they both have x squared and nothing else. Alright, then multiply a and c to give you that small a. So what x squared times x squared is x to the 4. Multiply those two to give you that last one. So what goes there? Negative 1, because negative 1 times x squared is negative 1. Negative 1 x squared. Then the last one, that times that, gives you what? So what it has? Negative 9. Negative 9 times x squared is negative x squared. Then check the entire box. So really just check that last one. So negative 1 times negative 9 is positive 9. So I did that correctly. And then the numbers on that where a, b, and c, d are, those are your answers. So x squared minus 1, x squared minus 9 is your answer. And we're actually going to cover this in the next chapter, but there's a shortcut for that. It's called a difference of squares. And if you can take the square root of the first number, square root of the second number, and it's separated by a negative, it's the square root of the first, the square root of the last, and then plus and minus. Same thing with this one, it's the difference of squares. So square root of the first one, square root of the last one, and then plus and minus. And we're going to cover that in just a second, actually, on like 2 videos from now. Let's take a look at this one. So this one, remember we said we could factor out, right? So we're going to take out 3. So again, that's 63. How do you know 3 goes into it? Because when you do 6 plus 3, it's equal to 9, and 3 goes into 9. That works for 3 and 9, by the way. So taking out 3, you're going to have this, and I got to divide 63 because I'm not sure exactly how many times it goes. So after I divide, I find 21. So now it's factored out. Once it's factored out, does it have 3 terms? Yes or no? I guess I'm doing this again because you didn't see me divide it. Alright, so 3 terms, yes or no? It does. So we're going to go to the left. So you draw your 2x2 box. Put the first term in the first box, which is now going to be p squared. 3 is going to be in your answers, one of the factors. So now this is what's left, this parentheses. So p squared in the first box, negative 21 in the last box. And then we're going to multiply the first and last term together. 1 times negative 21 is negative 21, and then negative 4 is the middle. So 2 numbers that multiply to negative 21 and add to negative 4. What's that? 7 and 3. Okay, so 7 and 3, and then I need it to be negative when you subtract. So negative 7, positive 3, and that's going to give me negative 4 when you add them, and negative 21. Alright, then you put the middle term, so which is p. So the middle variable rather, in the remaining 2 boxes, and then the order doesn't matter however you want to put it. So I'm putting negative 7 and 3. Alright, take the horizontal greatest common factor. So looking horizontal on the top row, I can take out a p and nothing else. Then this times that is p squared, so p has to be on top. Then on the bottom one, this times it's a 3p, so it has to be 3. Then on the top right, p times something is negative 7p, so it's negative 7. And then last box, 3 times negative 7 is negative 21, so you did it correctly. So the answers are p plus 3, p minus 3. And again, don't forget that 3 that you factored out. Alright, what if you are given, instead of 3 terms, you are given 4 terms? So we're going to take a look at that example. This is a listening check. Color in the 0 in 20. Color in the 0 in 20.